Fastlane 2023 review. It would be about maybe 30 or 40 minutes. I'm making it very late tonight. Around like at 10. It's like almost 11. I should have made this earlier. I wanted to watch all the podcasters and all the YouTubers who came out and watched the show. I saw the highlights. I did watch the press conference. So we're gonna go do all the matches. Um, my video was sponsored by Jade from New York. Solomon the Sound Off, Joe Cronin Show, Pro Wrestling, Fight for Pro Wrestling. I got more on the way, so hit that like button, leave a comment, please subscribe to my channel. Thank you for all the support. Thank you for watching. Enjoy this video. Now Saturday was AEW Collision. That was last night. We got the radar Adam Copeland. We did get a title change. FTR lost the tag team title to I forgot the tag name, but that would be I think that was the only title change on Collision. I think we know why they lost because probably because of Cass Wheeler and him and doing the court thing. But I'm not gonna talk about that. I want to talk about WWE Fastlane. Now I'm gonna talk about how great the pay per view was. Fastlane was a pretty good show, a decent pay per view. It wasn't the best, but it was a decent pay per view. There were only 5 matches on this show. Now the pay per view was well, officially the pay per view was 2 hours and 43 minutes. Now they did wait 15 minutes to start the show with commercials and promo packages, but the whole show was 2 hours and 43 minutes with 5 matches. And I thought the matches were pretty good. I enjoyed the opener with Judgment Day, Cody Rhodes, and Jey Uso. We had a 6-man tag with the LWO, Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. The match was okay. It wasn't anything special. It was okay. I think the best part was Carlito coming out. I mean, the match started off with the two. First, it started off as a 2-on-1 handicap match, and then Carlito, he came out, made the save, and injected himself in to join Rey Mysterio and Santos Escobar, and they won. Carlito had a big pop. We knew he was showing up. It was pretty obvious. Carlito signed with the company a few months ago, and he's going to be on SmackDown. I'm looking forward to that. And he'll be with the LWO. I'm looking forward to that. We did get a very good triple threat match with Io Sky, Oscar, and Charlotte Flair. Very good match. Crowd was invested. Chancellor, this is awesome. Shockingly, Charlotte Flair took the pinfall. Actually, like the ending. Charlotte took the pinfall, so maybe I don't know if we get a rematch because Bailey did get involved. She played a factor in this match where she distracted the referee when Charlotte had the figure four leg lock on Oscar. Oscar tapped, but Bailey distracted the referee. So Io Sky hit her moonsault on Charlotte and pinned her clean. So maybe they'll have a match at Crown Jewels. We'll have to wait and see. But it was a very good match. We did get the tag team match with John Cena, LA Knight versus the Bloodline, Solo Sikoa, and Jimmy Uso. I felt like this match went way too long. It went over 20 minutes. 20 minutes, how long this match went. It went over 20 minutes. And half of the match with John Cena getting his ass beat until he tried for the hot tag. And then LA Knight did a comeback, and then they won the match. But man, oh man, this match could easily run like 10 minutes. It didn't even go 20 minutes. John Cena, the way how he wrestled, but I will say this: John Cena looked a lot better in this match than his match with Austin Theory at WrestleMania, and that's just sad. Now, John Cena did say in the press conference later that night was that he's not the same. He doesn't wrestle the same anymore. To me, he kind of does. He gets his ass kicked for 15 minutes, pulls off the bullshit Superman comeback, both left for the Yahweh victory, and win in the most obvious way possible. That's what that was. But it is what it is. John Cena and LA Knight won. LA Knight would mega over. He would mega over tonight in that on this show. Yeah. Um. Now before the now Pat McAfee came out before that tag team match and teased that he won WrestleMania in Indianapolis. He came out to a decent reaction and helped him with it. Um. And then the main event, Seth Rollins and Shinsuke Nakamura for the World Heavyweight title and the last man standing match. This was a decent match. It was a very good match. It was a lot better than their payback match. This match had a stipulation, crowd was invested. Nakamura lost clean. Seth Rollins retains. There's no surprise there. Some people have said that Nakamura lost. Some people thought Nakamura buried. I don't think Nakamura buried. We'll have we'll have to wait and see what Nakamura does on Monday Night Raw tomorrow night. So we'll have to wait and see. But based on the great build, the promo packages, the match quality was phenomenal. Now the feud is over. We'll have to wait and see who is going to feud with Seth Rollins next. Where will Nakamura go? My favorite part was when Nakamura he used the deadly nunchuck on Seth Rollins, and Nakamura sprayed the red mist into Seth Rollins, tumbling through a table. I thought that was great. I actually thought Nakamura was gonna win. Now, um, now the big shock for Fastlane was Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. They won the tag team titles. Shockingly, was not expecting that. But based on the storyline that they told, there's a reason why Jey Uso is on Monday Night Raw. Why Cody Rhodes brought in Monday Night Raw, not only to make things right and give him a second chance, but for Cody Rhodes to finish the story. Cody Rhodes will not finish from finishing the story. For Cody Rhodes to have a reason to go to SmackDown and to continue the storyline with Roman Reigns and the Bloodline. Because, as you guys know, this Friday on October 13th, on the season premiere of SmackDown, Roman Reigns is returning finally after 2 months since SummerSlam. He's going to be on SmackDown this Friday. We'll see what he says. We'll see what Jimmy says. We'll see what happens. I take it, I predict he may be upset. He's not going to like that that Jay is a Monday Night Raw with Cody Rhodes, his rival that he had at WrestleMania. Now, I will say this that, um, oh yeah, I forgot to mention they did tease a Judgment Day, but Judgment Day convinced Damon Priest not to cast in. Now, going into the tag team match, there was a very good match, a great way to open the show, got the crowd hyped up. The match started off slow and methodical, and it picked up at the ending once we saw the near falls, and then we saw the interference by Judgment Day. We saw Dominic and Rhea show up, JD McDonough show up. JD McDonough interference backfires. Damien Priest would try to hold Cody Rhodes so JD McDonough can hit him with the briefcase. Cody Rhodes ducked out of the way. JD hit Damien with the briefcase. Damien's knee buckled. Cody Rhodes hit the crossroads on Damien Priest on the announce table. He took out JD. And then the highlight of the match, the ending of the match was great. It was phenomenal. Where Cody, Jey Uso had Finn Balor up. I thought they were going to hit the 1D, but instead of the 1D, it was the kind of 1D, but it was a Cody cutter. Because you guys know how when the Usos hit the 1D, it's similar to the 3D that the Dudley used, but they used the 1D. But here was different because Cody Rhodes was involved, and Jey Uso hold Finn Balor up. Cody Rhodes jumped on the rope, hit the Cody Cutter. That was a great ending, and they got a big pop. I was actually shocked and surprised because this match would because the build going into it was pretty lackluster. Fastlane had a weak card. The build-up had been lackluster. Um, this was just randomly announced without no explanation why. It just to give Cody Rhodes a match on his card. Now Judgment Day, now Judgment Day title last month, and then they lost it. Now I understand why they lost it because of Jade Madonna. The one thing that I liked about this is that Damian Priest was not pinned. That's why I didn't want to see it. I didn't want to see Damian Priest be pinned clean or pinned at all. Damian Priest had been protected. He hadn't been pinned in a few months. He's been protected. He's been winning matches. He hasn't lost since the case. He's only been pinned once, and it was in July in a tag team match. Now, granted, there was interference and he got screwed over, but in one-on-one matches, on other tag team matches, he hasn't been pinned. Priest had been protected, so I'm glad that it happened this way with Jade Madonna, kind of costing him the titles, costing him the match. Thank God that Priest wasn't pinned. Finn Balor took the pinfall. Now, I said this earlier. I said this on my Twitter. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso winning the tag team titles. They won't have it for long. They will be transitional champions. Cody Rhodes is too good to be in a tag team with someone who who is who is not a real tag team, like someone who's already in a tag team. I mean, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso is a makeshift tag team. It just to give it just to give Cody Rhodes something to do on Monday Night Raw, because he hadn't done anything on Raw since SummerSlam, besides wrestle the Judgment Day every week and wrestle Dominic Mysterio. I'm I am afraid that we might get that, but we'll have to wait and see. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso is not to enhance the tag, elevate the title. No, it's all for the storyline of the bloodline. Because this is not gonna make the bloodline happy. It's gonna anger Roman Reigns. It's gonna anger Jimmy Uso that the Warren brother left them for their wife. That's the whole storyline. And it's also something, because this is the first time that Jey Uso had won the tag team titles with someone else instead of his brother. Jey Uso is like, I think he's an 8-time tag team champion. He won 7 titles. He won the tag titles 7 times with his brother. Last night was the first time he won it without his brother. The first time he won it with someone else. And I also want to say, what a coincidence how 9 years ago, Cody Rhodes was tag team champions. I remember Cody Rhodes and Goldust beat the Uso for the tag team title 9 years ago at Night of Champions when Cody was Stardust. What a coincidence. 9 years later, he teamed up with the same guy he beat for the title 9 years ago. Crazy when you think about it. But it was a great match, great moment. It gives Cody and Jay something to do. It continues the storyline with the bloodline. We'll see what happens on Raw tomorrow night. We'll see what happens on SmackDown. I'm looking forward to it. I can't wait. It was a great match. It went almost, I think, like 25 minutes. A very good match. The second match was alright. It was LWO versus Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Now, this match first started off with a handicap match. Lashley and the Prophet came out first. Rey Mysterio and Santos came out without Carlito. The match started off as a 2-on-1 handicap match, which is crazy when you think about it. Weird how it did that way. Now, some people told me maybe because Carlito had a flight delay, where he was late for the show. I don't know if that's true or not, but it's crazy how you start a match like this. As soon, I mean, it was a 2-on-1 handicap match. Lashley and the Prophet dominated Santos and Rey Mysterio for a good 10 minutes and when Carlito came out, he came out, got a big pop. He came out, he got tagged in, he did his moves, and he pinned Montez Ford, and then they won for the team. Yeah, they won for the team. So I don't know where the Prophet and Lashley go. I have a feeling that they may set up maybe Santos and Wade for the U.S. title, maybe Carlito. I don't know. We'll have to wait and see on SmackDown. I'm looking forward to see what Carlito does. Is he going? He may wrestle full time or is he gonna be part time? I don't know. The third match we got that, as I said, Charlotte, Asuka, and Flair was a this was the second great match I enjoyed. This match was very good. All three girls worked very hard. Crowd was invested. They chanted, "This is awesome." Asuka missed Charlotte to start the match, and both of them went at it. And as I said earlier, now during the pre-show, Io Sky said on the pre-show in an interview, she wanted to win this match on her own without damage control. She didn't want Bailey or Dakota out there, but Bailey came out there anyway, and she was able to distract the referee while Charlotte had the figure four leg lock on Asuka, and then Asuka tapped, but the referee got distracted, and while she was tapping out, and the referee was distracted, Io Sky was on the top rope, hit the moonsault on Charlotte, pinned Charlotte. Shockingly, wow, Charlotte Flair was pinned clean. Now she can't get a rematch, but with Bailey interfering and helping her, she could get a rematch. And then she might win the title, and then we'll do Charlotte and Bianca at WrestleMania 40 and have Bianca go over. Have her beat the four horsewomen. I think that's gonna happen. I don't think it's gonna be Jade Cargill. So yeah, I'm glad that Charlotte didn't win because I want to see another Charlotte Flair title reign. Io Sky is someone new. She should have a longer title reign. She had a great match with Asuka 2 weeks ago on SmackDown. Give Io a big win for the pay per view. Io Sky is great. Now, as I said, Pat McAfee came out. He won WrestleMania in Indianapolis. He also he also introduced John Cena and LA Knight for the tag team match with Solo and Jimmy. The match went over 20 minutes. It didn't need to be this long. I thought it was kind of dull. It felt kind of boring a little bit, but it was okay. I mean, half of this match was John Cena getting his ass kicked. Again, the same old John Cena. He gets his ass kicked for 15 minutes, pulls off the bullshit Superman comeback, bored to death with the most obvious victory. And there were a few times when he tried to tag in LA Knight. He finally tagged in LA Knight. LA Knight got a comeback and won. At one point, we did see John Cena hit the AA out of nowhere, hit the final shuffle. And then LA Knight did the finish on Jimmy Uso. He pinned Jimmy Uso, not Solo. Solo been protected. He hasn't been pinned since March. Solo been, he hasn't been pinned since Night of Champions, I forgot. No, wait, I'm sorry. I forgot. It was I think it was back in August where he was pinned by Jey Uso. Yeah. But anyway, John Cena, LA Knight won. LA Knight is mega over. We'll see where this LA Knight go going in the Crown Jewels. Hopefully it's not Woman Reign, but they did say that the match. That they said that it's gonna be a mega match for John Cena. Maybe John Cena and LA Knight. Maybe John Cena and Roman Reigns. Even though that wouldn't make any sense. And what story are you gonna tell? I didn't want it to be LA Knight because I didn't want to see LA Knight be fed to Roman Reigns. It's too soon for LA Knight. He should not be automatically thrown into a championship match. It's too soon for LA Knight. So that shouldn't happen. And if it does happen, if he loses to Roman Reigns at Crown Jewels, it's gonna harm LA Knight, and he's not gonna get over. I think he'll just waste away all doing LA Knight to where it's gonna be hard for him to recover. So hopefully that doesn't happen. But anyway, good match. Um, Now we can talk about the main event: Seth Rollins and Nakamura for the World Heavyweight Championship. Last man standing. Nakamura used a deadly nunchuck on Seth Rollins. This match was very good. It was okay. It was a decent match. It was much better than Payback because we had a stipulation. They brought in a lot of weapons. We had steel chairs, candlestick, trash can. They brought out tables, crouching. We want tables. They did bring out a ladder. My favorite part was when Nakamura had the trash can on Seth Rollins and hit him with the candlestick. I thought that was very good. Nakamura played Red Mist into Seth Rollins through a table. At one point, I thought there was a chance that Nakamura could win. And that didn't happen. Nakamura lost clean. There was no screwy finish. There was no interference by Ricochet. Now, before the match, before that main event, I forgot to mention, we did get this segment before the main event happened. We got this segment with the Judgment Day, where Damian Priest wanted to cash in. He didn't want to leave empty-handed, and Judgment Day convinced him not to cash in. We had said, it's not time yet. You're not ready. You said be patient. When the time is right, you'll be ready. So they convinced him not to cash in. I'm glad he didn't cash in. They did tease it tonight, but it didn't happen. I think when the time is right, it will happen. Just not on a Fastlane pay-per-view. I think they'll wait for a while. They'll probably stretch it out longer. I think we will come close to Damian Priest casting. Thank God I wouldn't tonight. Because the way how the match ended with Seth Rollins winning outside the ring when he was in the crowd, it wouldn't make sense for Priest to cast in like that. Nah. I don't know when he's gonna cast in, but we'll wait and see. So, anyway, like I said, Jade Cargill made her WWE appearance at Fastlane. This was on the pre-show. She came out of her truck. She looked fantastic. She looked fantastic out there wearing her attire. She shook Triple H's hand. Now, based on the rumors and the report by Fightful and Dave Meltzer and Jade from New York, they all said that she's going to be on Monday Night Raw. She'll be on Monday Night Raw. See where she goes, how she does. I'm looking forward to it. Yeah, I almost forgot to mention. I didn't talk about it earlier, but I forgot to mention that this. I think it would whether it was the 6-man or the tag team. It was sponsored by Pizza Hut, where Xavier Woods showing the pizza to Michael Cole and Corey Graves. Then Wade Barrett and Booker T. Xavier Woods, they ordered some pizza. I don't know what the fuck they were doing here. Don't do that. Don't do that. But anyway, here's the press conference. Triple H thanked John Cena. Io Sky ready for Taylor Swift. John Cena needs to figure out his next step. So yeah. As for the news and rumors, so yeah. CM Punk in talk with WWE. Here the news and rumor: top guys out of AEW. Um, FTR leaving AEW for WWE. So FTR lost the AEW Tag Team Champion to Ricky Starks and Big Bill on AEW Collision. And this has fueled speculation that they could be on the way out of AEW with all the rumors of CM Punk set to join WWE next month. The latest on their status and why they lost the AEW Tag Team Champions, and maybe because of Cash Wheeler, maybe because of the court date and of those other gun charges that he had. Also, Bobby Lashley set to add another name to his group. And no, it's not going to be Jade Cargill. It might be someone else. Don't know who it is, but it looks like they're setting that up. Hopefully it's MVP. I don't want it to be Omar. I don't know who it can be. Maybe MVP? Maybe Carmelo Hayes, and they teased on SmackDown. Carmelo Hayes or Trick Williams. They could read Carmelo Hayes and Bobby Lashley. Anyway, we have Tony Storm. Tony Storm set to start a stable in AEW with a highly sought after free agent. So that's what they're setting up. Alright, now let's see what Jade from New York is going to be saying.
And unlike SmackDown last night, I actually enjoyed this show. It wasn't great by any stretch. It wasn't something that I'm going to tell you guys, oh man, you got to go back and watch. Watch this, watch that, watch this specific match. None of those things. At the end of the night, for Saturday night, where nothing else is going on, and the Braves suck, and baseball was boring tonight. Told you they were going to lose to the Phillies. I know my team, man. Congratulations to the Phillies, man. You already made it to the NLCS. On a night where nothing else really went on, it was a fine 2 hours and 45 minutes of pro wrestling. Got a couple of surprises. We got some great wrestling. We got some potential storyline implications moving forward with the Judgment Day and the Bloodline and Cody and Jey Uso winning WWE Tag Team Championships. We'll talk about that in a little bit. I thought tonight was a decent show, man. Again, nothing too crazy. WWE was in and out of Indianapolis. They're on their way to Monday Night Raw tonight. Can't really complain about much of anything. If you didn't enjoy the show, listen, if you didn't enjoy the show tonight, I completely understand why. I know it wasn't the most exciting show. I know it wasn't the most important show. But there is big happenings coming soon in WWE. We got Crown Jewel coming up. We got Survivor Series coming up. We got the rumors of CM Punk making his return to WWE. Some idiots on social media are now starting up the rumor that FTR is going to end up joining CM Punk in WWE. None of that is going to happen. CM Punk, I do believe, is going to happen, but FTR is not going to happen. War Games, potentially. Roman Reigns is back on Friday. So things are, they're heating up for WWE, where there has been this lull with the absence of Roman Reigns for the last month and a half. But tonight was okay, man. Yeah. Tonight was okay. There really isn't much to complain about. They put on a solid effort, and it was a mindless 2 hour and 45-minute show. I don't know what you guys want me to tell. Let's start with the opening match, man. Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes win the WWE Tag Team Championships from the Judgment Day, Damian Priest and Finn Balor. A lot of people were upset. A lot of people were surprised that they pulled the trigger, including me. I wasn't really upset because I called it, but I was shocked that they actually went and did the move to put the titles on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso. Now, does this mean that Cody Rhodes has finished his story, man? I don't know. I don't know. Cody Rhodes finally has championship gold in WWE. It's not the championship gold that he wants, but it's the championship gold that he's going to have to deal with right now, man. They are the new WWE Tag Team Champions. I don't have a problem with it. I don't. I mean, I don't really give a shit at this point what they do with the Tag Team Championships. I've been crying for them to fix the Tag Team division for years, and nothing's ever happened. So if this is going to be a vehicle to get Cody where he needs to, and to get Jey Uso where he needs to, fine.
Yeah, and that's the thing. That's really how they really elevated the tag team. Now Cody, as I said before, and as what he about to say, it's not to elevate the tag division. The tag division's already elevated. It's been elevated since the Usos had it, and when Kevin and Sammy have it, and when Jeff and they had it. This is all for the storyline with the bloodline.
But what a lot of people are not.
But I kind of do feel bad for Cody Rhodes. He's gotta be second fiddle, because he can't be the world champion. He can't win a single title, so he gotta be a tag team title. He gotta help someone else get over, and it's Jey Uso.
Not really seeing with this decision. See, this is why I don't really mind this decision all that much. You know, I called it for the last couple of weeks. Ever since we got the announcement on Monday Night Raw, it's been a week. It's been a week. Cody Rhodes basically told everybody several weeks ago that he brought Jey Uso over to Monday Night Raw and used whatever political pull he had, whatever poker chips he had left on the table. He banked them on Jey Uso. It's great.
Oh, whoops, my man.
Great. Great. Adam Pearce comes out and says, fine, you did what you did. I commend you. But the locker room is not happy about what you did. And there will be a trade for Jey Uso's services now that you brought him over to Monday Night Raw. We have yet to get that situation squared away. We have not answered that question at all yet on Monday or on Friday. Oh my goodness, Cam G with a $100 super chat tonight. He's getting the party started on Saturday night. Cam G, what the fuck are you drinking, brother? Hey, how's it going, JD? I was there live for Fastlane as it was in my hometown, but nothing spectacular outside of the tag team title change. But it was an okay show. Much love, JD. Hashtag OTS.
Yeah.
For life. Cam G, listen, man. As long as you had a good time, brother.
Hell,
as long as you had a good time.
I just realized that Fastlane was actually shorter than Payback. Payback was 3 hours. I think it was 3 hours and 20 minutes. It was 3 hours and 20 minutes because the main event dragged.
Crowd was energetic tonight, and it was I would say it was a good show for WWE standards. Was it premium live event? No. No, I don't think it was premium, but it
Hopefully
was
Crown
certainly
Jewel
a
is.
solid effort, man. Thank you so very much. This is the type of fans we got over here, man. Cam G going to the show, leaving the show, tuning into the live stream, and donating a bomb right here at the top of the hour, man. Thank you so very much to Cam G, who is undoubtedly an OTS VIP. You know, I called it on Monday. Why did they do what they did? Why did they announce Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso as the number one contenders for the tag team championships? The first thing that came to mind was maybe they're not going to do the trade. I mean, I may be the only person in the fucking community asking questions. I wish everybody else would get on board with me, man. sail you to the fucking promised land sometimes, you know? Maybe they dropped it. Now they did bring it up. They did include that in the pre-match vignette that they aired before the tag team title match took place. So I'm assuming that's going to take place at some point. I don't know when. Nobody knows who. It could be Cody Rhodes for all we know. Maybe they waited for this moment to happen. I don't know. But I said on Monday, the likelihood of them winning the tag team championships from the Judgment Day is rather slim. Now, I didn't really think that the Judgment Day was going to lose, but if they did, the only reason why WWE would put the title on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso is because they want Cody and Jey Uso on SmackDown to do what they need to do in regards to their potential WrestleMania matchups with Roman Reigns and Jimmy Uso. So that's why I said they probably end up moving Cody and Jey via the tag team titles to SmackDown because now it gives them. The Judgment Day were over there and they were doing their thing with the tag team titles, but I don't know how much of an interest was over there with the Judgment Day. I mean, they spread the Judgment Day very thin. And they got their own problems that they need to take care of on Monday Night Raw. Plus, Damian Priest still has the Money in the Bank briefcase. So now they got Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes over there. That's certainly going to make things interesting going forward, especially for Crown Jewel, Survivor Series, and then obviously when we start WrestleMania season. I don't see Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso losing those tag team titles at least right away. I don't see them losing those tag team championships anytime soon, at least until Survivor Series. So that's obviously the one staring you in the face. That's the one probability they're staring you in the face. They move them because they have the plans in place for their individual WrestleMania matches, and them being the tag team champions gets them over to SmackDown a little bit quicker and a little bit more within the WWE logic because the tag team champions can float between brands. So that makes it a lot easier for Cody and Jey Uso to travel over to SmackDown and do what they need to do. The other thing is WWE is looking to really garner a big rating. Now, I know they're leaving Fox, but with the season premiere of Friday Night SmackDown happening this coming Friday, I look at this move as, well, they probably ended up doing that. It wasn't the reason, but I'm sure it also aided in their decision. Yeah, let's get Cody and Jey Uso over there. It's going to help with the ratings, the season premiere of SmackDown. You're going to have a big show. You're going to have all these major names. You're going to have Roman and Cody on the same show. You're going to get Jey and Jimmy back on the same show. There's going to be some tension with the bloodline. There's going to be questions that have to be answered. There's a lot going on there. So that's also a possibility of why they gave them the tag team championships tonight. Another reason why they gave them the tag team championships tonight. Also on the scale of not really the reason why they gave Cody and Jey Uso the tag team championships, but it's not going to hurt them, especially when they present Cody on Tuesday when he goes to NXT, because more than likely the reason why Cody Rhodes is going to be on NXT, and I don't know if this was in the cards all along, if WWE had this date penciled in to announce this, or maybe they just came up with it because, hey man, let's add another big name. So fuck AEW. But it gives Cody the presentation when he steps out on NXT Tuesday in front of the Performance Center crowd holding the WWE Tag Team Championships. He's certainly going to announce the return of the Men's Dusty Classic. The Men's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic. That's the reason why Cody Rhodes is appearing on NXT, and it gives that announcement a little bit more importance, being that a Rhodes, this time in Cody, is going to announce a tag team tournament named in honor of his father. So that's going to happen on Tuesday. So it amps up or hypes up, spotlights Cody Rhodes' presentation on Tuesday night.
Yeah, because Cody Rhodes needs something to do.
The one reason that I am most excited for, the one reason why I'm most excited about them winning the tag team championships is because the story that it now creates on Monday Night Raw. Never mind Jey Uso and Cody Rhodes going over to SmackDown. I mean, that was going to happen eventually as we got closer to WrestleMania. But the one thing that I'm excited about, you guys remember, Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens have already pitched their shot. They already slid into the DMs and they took a shot and they went for it. It's exactly what they did. They said, whoever wins this match, no matter who wins this match, we want next. And we want our tag team championships back. So now we're looking at Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso potentially against Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Do you realize what type of story this now creates on Monday Night Raw? Cody Rhodes is right now working with Jey Uso, and his move is proving to be correct. His intuitions are proving to be correct now. Bringing Jey Uso to Monday Night Raw, where everybody did not trust him. They have hatred for what he did in the bloodline. They don't like him. They don't want him. They don't trust him. It's making Cody Rhodes, or Jey Uso, I should say, is making Cody Rhodes look like a fucking steal here. It's making him look like a superstar. Hey, man, I made the right decision. Thanks for making me look good. I put my trust in you. Thank you. But what this does on the other end, Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn. Sami Zayn trusts Jey Uso. Sami Zayn befriends Jey Uso. Now it's potentially going to shift from Kevin Owens to Sami Zayn.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn gonna want to take this moment away from Jey Uso. Is his, I would say, friendship with Jey Uso going to be more important to him than winning back the tag team championships as long as they've beaten the Judgment Day? That's all that really should matter. Is Sami going to put that on the table and decide which is more important, my friendship with Jey or the tag team titles? We've already beaten the Judgment Day. They've already done it. Why do we need to beat them? Meanwhile, Kevin Owens wants the tag team championships back. He doesn't give a shit if it's Cody, Jey, Judgment Day. He doesn't give a shit who it's going to be. So now we have a story within a story, which makes everything that's happening on Monday Night Raw a little bit more interesting. Is Kevin Owens going to get agitated? Is Kevin Owens going to get angry with the fact that Sami Zayn may not want to do what he has to do against Jey Uso, who he deems a good friend? I don't know. Is Kevin Owens still in the camp of not trusting Jey Uso? Is he still upset with Cody Rhodes? I don't know. And remember, Randy Orton is due to come back as well. Randy Orton is due to come back any week now. He's ready. I've had people reach out to me, and my guy Andrew Bagdala has talked about it on Twitter. He's pretty confident that Randy Orton is going to be back in WWE imminently. Randy Orton going to have anything to say about Jey Uso teaming with Cody Rhodes? Because the one guy that Randy Orton was being beat down by while he remained out for the next, I don't know, how long has he been out? He's been out for over a year.
Yeah, year and a half.
Jey Uso in the blood.
Yeah, almost like a year and a half.
How's Randy Orton going to take that? He's going to come back to Monday Night Raw. How is he going to look at a returning Cody Rhodes for the first time and look at him as him doing the right thing? This is what you came back to do? This is what you came back to do. You're befriending this guy who put me out for a year and a half. Meanwhile, I was there for you. I got your career started. I gave you all the rub in the world to get you where you needed to be. And you're teaming with this fucking guy?
That does make sense.
Man, Monday Night Raw is about to become the best show on television as far as pro wrestling stories in WWE.
And that is what I love. I can't wait for Randy Orton to come back. I don't know when he comes back. Hopefully he comes back. Randy Orton is missed on TV. He's absolutely needed. And there's a long storyline with Randy Orton and Cody Rhodes. Now Matt Riddle's not there because he's been released. Now I thought that Drew McIntyre was gonna interfere in the tag match and go after Cody Rhodes, and that sets up Cody Rhodes' next feud at Crown Jewels. But it looks like that's not happening. We'll have to wait and see. Now Crown Jewels is also your big show in Saudi Arabia. There's no way they're gonna leave Cody Rhodes off the card. He'll be on the pay-per-view. But who is Cody and Jay gonna defend this if they're the champions? You can't leave Cody Rhodes off that pay-per-view. So who are they gonna defend it? Is it gonna be Kevin Owens, Sami Zayn, Who are they gonna defend it? And how long they're gonna have the title, because you know that they're gonna lose it before WrestleMania. You think Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso gonna be champions all the way into WrestleMania and lose it to who? Now that's not going. What that gonna do? It's gonna be a nothing tag team, and that's gonna take a spot away. Cody Rhodes ain't gonna be no more champion. So, as I said earlier in my video, Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso will be transitional champions. They are short-term champions. It'll be a transitional thing. And when they lose the title, then we can get Cody Rhodes back in the single division. And Jey Uso, we can do what we gotta do with Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens, and they can possibly teach Jimmy and Jay for WrestleMania next year. And then Cody Rhodes can try to finish the story. We'll have to wait and see. But when losing the titles, I think he should get back to Roman Reigns.
There's a lot going on. So that's why I'm okay with them winning the tag team championships. I don't really care that the Judgment Day lost so soon. But the tag team championships right now being on Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are not really to enhance the tag team division. They are on them to enhance story. And when story gets enhanced, that makes me a very happy viewer. So keep in mind that the move is not to build a tag team. It's not to build a division. It's to enhance the overall story on Monday night, which it is going to do. So I am okay with that. Seth Rollins. He went one-on-one with Shinsuke Nakamura tonight. And I was very skeptical about the match. Now, I know Nakamura can deliver. I know Rollins can deliver. We've seen it multiple times. But I was not crazy about another match. I was not. You may feel different. You may be a big fan of Seth Rollins. You may be a big fan of Nakamura. You may not care at all. But I knew that what they were doing with Nakamura was decent stuff. The whole heel turn, the presentation, the subtitles within the vignettes that they have him cutting heel promos for, it's all working. It's the best presentation of Nakamura in many, many, many years. Good for him. He needed it. He needed something new. He needed something fresh away from the formulaic babyface run that they gave him for so many years. But I did question, if he goes into Fastlane and loses clean to nobody but Seth Rollins, where does Shinsuke Nakamura go from there? I don't know. I wish I could tell you. The way I look at it, if he wins, he's the world champion, and everything is working to what Nakamura needs to do. They trusted him enough and put enough trust in him to give him the world championship, and they're happy with the body of work that he's done, transforming himself into this babyface that we see today. If he loses, it's pretty much dead in the water. Now I ask, after tonight's outcome, where he lost clean to nobody but Seth Rollins, he did not win the world championship, where does Shinsuke Nakamura go now? I don't know. Some of you told me on Twitter, Shinsuke's dead. Shinsuke should just call it quits. Shinsuke should hang up the boots. Call it a day. It's going to be very difficult to rebuild Shinsuke Nakamura up into the vicious heel that he was for the last 7-8 weeks. The best of his work came in the last 2 to 3 weeks before Fastlane. Now where do they go? They got nowhere to go. They were a race car on the Indy 500 circuit, crashing into a fucking wall. Car went up in flames. That's Shinsuke Nakamura's heel turn and heel run right now. It went up in flames with this loss to Seth Rollins tonight. How many of you in the chat are going to care about Shinsuke Nakamura at the end of this night? I know I'm not.
Yeah.
Everything that he said, all the promises he made about Seth's back and how vicious he is and how he's going to take everything away from him and how he's going to embarrass him. He ends up losing to a guy who's got a back that is fucking failing. Where Michael Cole on commentary tonight said, Seth Rollins' back is hanging on by a thread. That's the guy Nakamura couldn't be.
Yeah.
Great. Where do we go from here? Right back to catering.
Yep.
That's where Nakamura goes.
Yeah.
On the flip side, Shinsuke Nakamura, he may be dead, but Rollins, it looks like they're building a story from within his title reign. That's been the narrative for the last couple of weeks. He's mentioned his back. He's mentioned how his back is not doing great. Michael Cole makes mention of it on commentary. He was pleading with Rollins on commentary tonight to just give up, basically give the match and the title to Shinsuke Nakamura. Looks like the story is going to be, with every title defense, how long is Seth Rollins going to be able to continue this race? Or at this rate, at this pace? That's exactly what they're doing. It kind of reminds me what AEW did with Orange Cassidy, because that was his storyline. The International Championship never really had a true story regarding who he defended the championship against. The story of the International Championship with Orange Cassidy's title reign was, how many defenses can Orange Cassidy make before his body breaks down? His body and his winning streak and the fact that he was crumbling right before our very eyes was the storyline for the International Championship. It looks like that's going to be the same thing with the World Heavyweight Championship on Monday Night Raw. And it's clear as day who he should come face to face with. It's clear as day who should break that back once and for all and send Seth Rollins to the fucking medical facility. And that is Gunther. WrestleMania. Gunther, Seth Rollins, World Championship, WrestleMania, and Gunther's the new World Champion.
Hopefully.
But from what I see, it looks like Rollins will be the World Champion, and he will be building a story about how long his back is going to be able to hang on. But at the end of the night, it started slow. The world title match wasn't anything special up until about the last, I would say, they went a good 50%, kind of teetering on the level of boredom. Then the crowd woke up. As soon as they started to pick it up into the next gear, everything seemed to kind of fall into place, and they ended up delivering a decent World Championship match. Was it better than their last match? Yes, it was. Last man standing matches tend to be very violent, they tend to be brutal, and they tend to be entertaining. So the last man standing stipulation actually helped them out tremendously. But at the end of the night, you may have found it to be boring. You may have not liked the outcome. At the end of the night, both guys ended up delivering what I thought was a very good main event to a very good Fastlane. Is it something that's going to be remembered for years and years to come? No. Absolutely not. I'm actually quite tired of Seth Rollins, to be quite honest with you. I love Seth Rollins as an in-ring performer. I think he's fucking great. But as a champion, it's not difficult to see why fans and people are kind of waning on Seth Rollins.
Yeah.
The overabundance of fans singing his theme, and the goofy outfits, and the not-so-spectacular promos where he doesn't sound like a true champion. All of this mixed together is going to give off a vibe and a presentation that fans would rather see somebody else in that role instead of Seth Rollins. Seth Rollins seemingly goes through the same phases every single time he wins a major championship. Fans love him in the chase. He wins the championship. He starts off great, and then he just slips into nothing. It's like you're watching an airplane just fucking nosedive into a goddamn fucking river. I don't know, man. It may not be that dramatic, but Rollins really isn't as exciting of a world champion now than he was when he first won the championship. Maybe people are ready to see Gunther or somebody a little bit more serious in that role. I know I am.
People can't wrestle.
I know a lot of people are mentioning CM Punk.
You can wrestle.
Maybe CM Punk and all the clues and innuendos dropped on WWE TV lately. Maybe they lead to a Seth Rollins versus CM Punk match at Survivor Series. Hell, maybe it's even the WrestleMania main event on night one.
Yeah.
Seth Rollins versus CM Punk for the World Heavyweight Championship. I don't know if I would go that far, because Seth Rollins and CM Punk, though it sounds very attractive, I am not going to sway my creative away from you. Let's not start bringing in CM Punk because he's CM Punk and taking away from what is the very best part of WWE television right now, and that is the ring general. I think we should stick with the plan.
Yeah.
Monday Night Raw would be better off for it with him as champion at the top leading the show. It would. Is it going to be a ratings juggernaut? No. Monday Night Raw is not slated to be a ratings juggernaut. But what I want on Monday night is fucking pro wrestling. And if that's what we get with him as champion, you ain't going to hear a peep out of me. But Rollins right now ain't doing it. He's not clicking as champion. He's not clicking with the fans. You know, the reactions may tell otherwise. Fans love him. They love singing his song. But from the reactions I get on social media, because I'm not in the arena, I see what people are saying on social media. I get the vibe from you guys. Rollins is not cutting it as champion. People want to move on from this title win. But at the end of the night, they had a decent match. And I guess we have to give them that. John Cena returns in ring with LA Knight against the Bloodline. Roman's not going to be very happy with that one. The ladies put on a damn good triple threat match. Thought it was a better triple threat match than the one we got at SummerSlam. But I still don't care about the women's division on SmackDown.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, Charlotte got pinned.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. And then we get Carlito. He's back in WWE. Happy to see Carlito Cool back in WWE. He looks great. He teamed with the LWO, and he aided in the LWO getting a victory here tonight at Fastlane against Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Thank you guys for joining me on this Saturday night, man. We're going to get into the breakdown of this show. Follow me on social media at JD from NY206. I'm aware that they lost the tag team titles. Nobody knows why. Going rumor right now is that Cash Wheeler is hurt. There's one team in the world of pro wrestling that deserves a fucking rest. It's FTR. And to be quite honest with you, I wasn't really feeling another FTR versus Young Bucks match at fucking Full Gear. So we'll see what happens there. Let's start with the pre-show, man. Nothing happened on the pre-show, but we did get a glimpse of Jade Cargill making her way into the building tonight for Fastlane. This was the only time we saw Jade Cargill. She looks very similar to what she looked like in AEW. She looks obviously phenomenal, in phenomenal shape. She gets out of a limo. She hops out. She's in her wrestling gear. And she shakes hands and meets with Triple H as Triple H walks her into the arena tonight before the start of the show. That was basically it. She mouthed it off, and you could read her lips, and she said that she's happy to be here. She's excited to be here. And blah, 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 blah. Now, the going rumor is that she will be on the Raw brand moving forward. When will that happen? I don't know. We could very well see her on Monday. I would like to know that WWE maybe announces her ahead of time that she's going to be making her in-ring debut so people can tune into that when it actually does happen. We could see her on Monday, or we could maybe see her for the season premiere of Raw. Friday is, this coming Friday, that is the season premiere for SmackDown. And the following week will be the season premiere of Raw. So we will see what happens there. But she was in her wrestling gear. She didn't make an appearance on tonight's show. She didn't interfere in the women's match. She didn't sit in on commentary. She wasn't shown on camera during the show. But she was in her ring gear. So I'm assuming that they were probably doing a photo shoot of some sort, or maybe she was doing some extra content that will be filmed to be uploaded at a later date. I don't know. But she was there, and she got the first taste of being at a WWE PLE. Fastlane started off with the Tag Team Championships. Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso defeated the Judgment Day, Finn Balor and Damian Priest to win the WWE Tag Team titles. I thought the match was great. I thought it was a great tag team match, which, it's not really surprising when you look at the Judgment Day, man. The Judgment Day is a very you know, I love all the members of Judgment Day. I do in their own ways. But when the Judgment Day is put in these types of situations to have big matches, they do not disappoint.
Yeah.
They don't. WWE took a lot of time to make this feel big.
Yeah.
I don't think they started the show up until about 8:16, 8:17 Eastern time.
Yeah.
We got a long, drawn-out video package with Pat McAfee to start the show. We got a video package highlighting this feud and how Cody got to bring Jay to Raw and what the problems are with the Judgment Day. So they basically had an entire video package to get you caught up on everything that happened before this match took place and why this match took place. And we got the intros. Jay's doing his Uso. Cody's doing his whoa! And the Judgment Day's coming out taking this sweet ass time. So by the time everybody got in the ring and the formal ring announcements were made, it's about 8:20.
8:20.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
That's what happens when there's 5 fucking matches on a PLE, man. You have the liberty to do what you want. But at the end, this was a great match. Judgment Day puts on bangers in big situations. That's how good they are. Now, I didn't expect a title change.
Me neither.
Was I surprised by one? Sure. Just because of the nature of Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso as a tag team. I mean, they basically handed them a tag team title match on Monday. And then they win the title on Saturday. Do I hate it? No. I talked about all the reasons why I don't hate it. I actually embraced it. I think it's a good move.
Yeah.
Talked about that in the beginning of the show tonight. But I did not expect the title change. Now, when I did see the title change, obviously a light bulb went off in my head, just like everybody else on social media. With Damian Priest losing his tag team titles, does that mean that Damian Priest is going to probably cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase and try and win the World Heavyweight Championship so he's not a complete loser tonight? That would have been quite the gamble. Judgment Day talked him out of it. They didn't want him cashing in tonight after this loss because he got kayfabe injured in this match tonight. He wasn't going to be 100% if he wanted to cash in on Seth Rollins at the end of his match with Nakamura. But I did think, all right, well, they lost the tag team titles. Maybe there is going to be more tease or more tension with the Judgment Day split. Maybe he goes and cashes in tonight because he lost these sets of titles to Cody and Jay. I don't know. But the match was great. The match was great.
Yeah.
Now, JD McDonough, the fake JD, by the way, the fake JD, he cost Judgment Day the match. So I don't know what's going to happen there. When Priest watches the replay back, he wasn't initially displeased about it tonight. But we didn't see JD McDonough after this. But they were all sitting together as if he was part of the group at the end of the match, and they were all looking at Cody and Jey Uso celebrating with their tag team championships. I don't know if that's going to come into play on Monday because JD McDonough fucked up. He hit Damian Priest with the briefcase accidentally, and he could be blamed for the Judgment Day losing the tag team championships tonight to Cody and Jey Uso. So we got some story coming out of this, even with the Judgment Day. He should realistically be out for blood, and he has been the one who has not wanted JD McDonough in the Judgment Day for this very reason. So this may actually be what gets Damian Priest kicked out of the Judgment Day. So Uso and Priest started the match. Priest powered Jey Uso, or overpowered, I should say, Jey Uso. And he made a tag to Cody Rhodes, did Jey Uso. Quickly, not too long into the match, he tags Cody. And Cody came into the match, he focused on Damian Priest's legs, like the old school vet that Cody Rhodes is. He tagged Uso back in. Priest made a tag to Balor. And he used his size and strength after Rhodes and Uso have been showing some nice tag team continuity. You would never think that they were these two guys were teaming together for the first time. You'd never think it. They were using their speed and their agility and making quick tags and double team moves.
Yeah.
They were doing the thing out there.
Yeah.
So Cody, focusing on the leg. Priest made the tag to Balor. And Rhodes and Uso had some great chemistry in there. Yep. And then all of a sudden, champions started taking over. and he would go to the top rope for his coup de grace, but Cody caught him and nailed a massive delayed vertical suplex. So imagine Balor going up top. He took a little bit too long to hit the coup de grace. Cody laying on his back in the landing zone. He gets up, climbs to the top rope. He muscles Balor up, vertical suplex. He's letting all the blood rush to the head on the top rope. Backwards they go, big superplex. Rhodes tags in Uso again. Balor was able to make the tag to Priest. So they come in, and it's Uso and Priest going back and forth. Priest attempted to land a razor's edge on Jey Uso. He escaped. He nailed Balor, and Priest on the outside with a dive through the ropes. So back inside the ring we go. Priest was down, and in the middle of the ring, Uso went up top. He landed the Uso splash. But Balor was able to make the save before Rhodes nailed him with a Cody cutter. Now we got Uso and Priest back in the ring. Jey nailed the 1D, but splash. But Balor was able to make the save before Rhodes nailed him with a Cody Page and trying to become his own tribal chief. He's using Roman Reigns' finish. So he hits the spear. He couldn't capitalize because Dominic Mysterio and Rhea Ripley finally made their way out to ringside. Uso laid out Mysterio. Ripley got in his face. There was a confrontation between Rhea and Jey Uso. Back in the ring, Priest nailed Uso because he was distracted by Rhea with a Hurricane Rana. Balor followed up with a coup de grace. Rhodes jumps in and makes the save because there was a 2 count in progress and Cody broke up the pin. All of a sudden, both teams are battling each other. J.D. McDonough arrived at ringside, and this is where everything just broke down. Ripley nailed Uso with a briefcase, but Balor could only land a 2 count and could not believe that he kicked out. Priest and Rhodes battled on the outside of the ring. Damian Priest attempted to put him through the announce table. All of a sudden, McDonough grabs the briefcase and accidentally nailed Priest in the face with the briefcase. Rhodes in the ring follows up with a crossroads, wiping out Priest. Balor's now 2-on-1 against Cody and Jey Uso. Rhodes is in the ring with Jey. Cody nailed Balor with a crossroads. And that was basically it. Before that, they did a great double team finish. I don't know what it was. It looked like the 1D, but with Jey doing his portion of the 1D, up in the air goes Balor. Cody comes off the second rope with a springboard cutter backwards. Looked great. It really looked great. At the end of that, he picked him up. Crossroads, 1, 2, 3. We got new tag team champions. And Cody Rhodes and Jey Uso are your new WWE Tag Team Champions. That's it. He hit Priest on the leg. I'm sorry, he hit Priest. Whatever, he hit Priest. Jesus fucking Christ. Leg, face, head, whatever. He hit Priest. Hit him with the briefcase and the finish of Cody. And Jey Uso looked fucking beautiful, man. Absolutely beautiful. And we got new tag team champions. And that's all she wrote. At the end of the match, they all looked on as Cody and Jey Uso celebrated, and that is the first match open of Fastlane. I like it. I like it. I thought this was a great match, a great way to open the show. Started the show off hot. Crowd loved every bit of it. Judgment Day continued to deliver in big matches on PLEs. Cody Rhodes gets his first taste of championship gold in WWE. Jey Uso, I don't know if Jey Uso has ever won the tag team championships with anybody but his brother. So I wonder what that is going to mean for the rest of his family. I wonder if that's going to come into play. I don't know. A lot of interesting directions here, man. A lot of interesting directions. But I enjoyed this. I think there's more upside to Jey and Cody being the tag team champions right now than the Judgment Day. The Judgment Day don't need the tag team championships because their story is about staying together and operating together. That's what's going to make that story interesting. Now that they don't have the tag team championships, it makes it all that much more interesting. Plus, you add in J.D. McDonough, who wants to be in the Judgment Day, Damian Priest doesn't want him there. All he's had to do is listen to Balor and listen to Rhea. And Dominic does nothing. He just sits there.
Yeah.
He has not wanted J.D. McDonough in the judgment. Now, after he hit him accidentally tonight with the briefcase, I wonder if that's going to come into play. Then you got the situation with Cody and Jey Uso being the tag team champions, what that's going to mean for Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. Then you got Damian Priest in the briefcase. How is that going to factor into teasing even more tension to break up the Judgment Day? I don't know. I have no clue what's going on, but there is a lot of potential story, man. There's a lot of open-endedness in a lot of these things, and I like it. WWE can, they left the scripts wide open. They left a lot of blank spots in between these stories, man, and it's up to them to write what is best for each of these stories. And I hope that they do. I hope that they do, because this is why I am more prone to watching Monday night and enjoying Monday night lately than I am to Friday. It's just Monday night to me is a little bit more substantial. Yes, it's 3 hours. Yes, it's too long. Yes, I prefer SmackDown at 2 hours. We're in and out. Goodbye. But at the end of the night, I feel more creatively satisfied watching Raw than I do SmackDown. I said this on social media today. It's like SmackDown is an open can of Hunt's pasta sauce or ragu. I don't know who uses ragu, man. I mean, ragu is fucking nasty. It's not. I don't think I've ever bought ragu willingly off the store shelves, man. But my point is, it's plain pasta sauce. Then you end up cooking the pasta, and then you warm up the pasta sauce that you got out of the jar or the can, and you pour that shit over your pasta. No cheese, no pepper, no onion, no garlic, no herbs, no oregano, no parsley, nothing. It's like you are serving unspiced sauce. That's what I get when I watch SmackDown. Now, on Monday Night Raw, at least they're keeping my interest. At least they're attempting to flavor that pasta sauce with a couple of spices, man. Monday Night Raw doesn't taste like it just came out of the fucking store and you open the jar of plain red tomato sauce. So I'm enjoying Monday Night Raw a little bit more than I am SmackDown. And I think with this, it actually lends to Monday Night Raw being just a little bit more interesting than it already has been. So I am all for it. Backstage, Booker T. He was with Wade Barrett, and Xavier Woods comes and interrupts. Now, I don't know what they were doing here, but then we quickly got an advertisement for fucking Pizza Hut. Pizza Hut.
Yeah.
All this was an advertisement for shit pizza.
Yeah.
Because WWE has to get their advertising funds in, man. There wouldn't be a WWE PLE without WWE shilling something.
Yeah.
So we got Pizza Hut here on Fastlane, and Xavier Woods, he wanted to order pizza. Barrett looked like he was going to chew out Woods, but instead played him. I got some bad news.
Bad news.
He brought that back to him. Love it. Love bad news back.
Yeah.
And he then said, oh yeah, I'm fine with Pizza Hut. Tonight's event is being sponsored by Pizza Hut. Great. Hey. You guys not going to a legit pizzeria and ordering pizza. That's shit. Stop. Which I didn't really understand. It's kind of a lame way for WWE to map this one out. Now, hear me out. I think Carlito is fucking great. I'm a big Carlito guy.
Yeah.
I think him being back in the WWE is a great move. He looks fucking great. He can talk. He can wrestle. He's going to get in there and do great things on SmackDown. I love it. I love it. Now, the thing with Carlito is on Friday, this was legitimately last night, Rey Mysterio, everybody thought Rey Mysterio was going to get Dragon Lee to be a part of the LWO. Dragon Lee was not the man. Dragon Lee could have been the guy, but they opted to go in a different direction. Dragon Lee has got his hands full with Austin Theory and Grayson Waller right now, and they actually included Cameron Grimes, who helped him win his debut match on Friday Night SmackDown. Good. So without dragging Lee in the mix, I said on Friday Night SmackDown that the partner tonight, basically pretty easy to predict who it's going to be, man. He's got great looking hair. He's cool. He's from Puerto Rico, and he's in amazing shape. Carlito. Carlito Cool is back. Rey Mysterio during the show said, I got someone. Let me go make a phone call and see what's up.
Yeah.
Now, Rey Mysterio on Friday made the phone call. I'm assuming that a phone call was made right then and there after that segment. And if Carlito didn't pick up, he left a fucking voice message. Carlito did not come out with the LWO, and the LWO got their asses handed to them for a good 8 or 9 minutes before Carlito decided to show up and say, you know what, Ray? That phone call, I think I'll take you up on that offer. So they waited for Carlito to make his debut 8 minutes into the match when Santos Escobar and Rey Mysterio were fighting for their fucking life in there against Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits. Kind of silly. Don't you think if Rey Mysterio made the fucking phone call that Carlito said, you know what? I like it. Let's do it. I'll meet you at the venue. They get ready together. They share a locker room together. They get dressed together. And then they go out there together as the LWO. Nah, you know what? I'll show up what I want, man. I'll think about it. Kind of silly, man. Unless they explain why he showed up late. Did he have a reason why he showed up late? Was his Uber late on getting to the arena? Did he miss his flight? Had to take a later flight? I don't know. But it's kind of weird that they sent him out there basically when the match was nearing completion. Just found it a little weird. Escobar made his entrance with Vega. Vega had a microphone in her hand. I don't know what the problem was, man. I thought she was going to announce Carlito coming out with him. Looked like she had a microphone in her hand, and she said nothing. So they make their way to the ring. The bell rings, and this is a 2-on-3 match to start. Escobar and Montez began the match. Both men looked to gain momentum for their team. He was even making fun of the LWO. Ha, 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 look, it's 2-on-3, like they're going to stand a chance. So Escobar's in control. He followed up some offense with a standing Hurricane Rana, and both men then found themselves in the top turnbuckle. Ford found...
I might as well skip some of this, and I think I made the video
For
long
some of
enough.
their superstars, they realize it. They got fucking geeks singing Rollins, and they sing Cody, and everything else. But when it comes to someone like Carlito, and for example, Johnny Gargano,
Yeah.
who desperately needs the old Rebel Heart back, which I know they have access to, because they gave Sami Zayn his fucking music back. What are we doing? Get on board with getting people legit theme music to enhance the overall presentation of their ring entrance.
Exactly.
Please. Mysterio and Escobar interfered while Carlito looked great. Ford was stunned that Carlito was back. And Carlito did some offense in there. He eventually nailed his patented backstabber to pick up a big win for the LWO. Carlito was in there basically for about 90 seconds.
Yeah.
Did some offense back and forth, and he ended up winning with a great-looking backstabber on Montez. Street Profits end up losing. Bobby Lashley is probably seething. And Carlito is now on SmackDown, I presume, in the LWO. He's not Mexican, but he's going to be operating alongside the LWO. Great. I think it's going to be great that he's back, man. I'm happy he's back. I think he looks fucking phenomenal. He does. And I think he could add a lot on Friday night. I can't wait to see what WWE does with him. It makes me wonder why they waited so long to get him involved. The only thing I could think of, man, the only thing I could really think of, and there is a news article on Fightful about why Johnny Gargano made his return on Monday. He wasn't injured. The WWE creative team basically had nothing for Johnny Gargano.
Yeah.
I find that very difficult to believe, being that he was brought back by Triple H, and that's all you need to know about who's running the show.
Yeah. How do you not have plans for Johnny Gargano? I mean, Gargano been on TV for months. Same thing with Dexter Lumis. I don't know where he is, but he hasn't been used. He might get released. But how you not have plans for Johnny Gargano after being off TV for months? Thank God he's on TV. Give him a theme song back. Get him over. Build up DIY. 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 Build up DIY. I would have had them win the tag team titles, but we'll have to wait and see.
Triple H would not keep a healthy Johnny Gargano off of television.
Exactly.
And bring him back for the first time since April. I don't get it. I mean, the guy was jobbing to Omos at house shows.
Mm-hmm.
No, but Triple H is still running the show.
It's Vince McMahon.
You don't think Vince McMahon rained down demands? Oh, I don't want that guy on TV, pal.
Yeah.
Why not? Who kept him off TV? Triple H didn't keep him off TV. Vince McMahon kept him off TV. Who kept Carlito off TV? It wasn't Triple H. Triple H was the one who brought him back. Vince McMahon kept Carlito off TV. You mean to tell me you couldn't find anything creatively for Carlito on Friday night? Took you all this time. He's been signed since June. Give me a break. I'm glad he's back. Hopefully they got something for him on Friday night. Jade Cargill. We talked about Jade arriving to Fastlane, and again, she didn't really do much of anything on the show. She was basically there. You got a glimpse of what her wrestling gear is going to look like, and she shook hands with Triple H. And that is the last we saw of Jade Cargill. Women's Championship. Io Sky against Charlotte Flair and Asuka. Triple threat match here for the WWE Women's Championship. I didn't really expect much out of this. I expected a decent match here for the ladies, but I didn't really expect me to care too much about this. And at the end of the night, though the ladies put on a very good triple threat match, and the right outcome was given to us tonight.
It was.
That doesn't mean I changed my mind on what I've seen coming into the paper. WWE Women's Division on Friday night is still very weak. There's nothing interesting coming out of that division. There's nothing exciting coming out of that division. WWE is going with their tried and true, same old shit over and over again. Charlotte, Bianca, Asuka, Bayley, and we finally got Io breaking out, showing what she can actually do as the women's champion. Is Kairi Sane coming back? That's the next rumor. Kairi's finished up in Japan. She's not going to be brought back at all until maybe Survivor Series. I have no idea. Basically, WWE biding their time until they decide to give Charlotte the Women's Championship so that she could walk into WrestleMania and defend that title against Bianca Belair. Or, worst case scenario, Jade Cargill. Because that's still a possibility. You don't think Jade's going to have a WrestleMania match this year? Of course she is. You don't think WWE is going to strap a fucking rocket and zip her off to the fucking moon? Of course they are. So don't sleep on Jade Cargill. She could easily win the Royal Rumble if WWE wants to make a fucking impact. Tacos to the shed.
Hold on.
I ain't ready for that, and neither are you, and neither is she. This was a great match. Crowd was a little quiet, but they ended up perking up at the end. Sky out there with damage control.
I might as well just end the video right here. Maybe it's long enough. Thank you for watching. Hit that like button. Leave a comment. Please subscribe to my channel. I'll be back with more. Until next time, this is Mr. Blackhammer 2021. I'll see y'all later.